Let me continue here regarding the components of absolute velocity. This is the absolute velocity. It is going to have some components, okay, along the horizontal direction or in the direction of the blade and the other direction, okay. So the component of this one, you have two components. So one is namely v1 cos alpha. So v1 is the absolute velocity and v1 cos alpha is say the component, okay, in the direction of the blade. So that is v1 cos alpha, okay. The other component is v1 sin alpha, v1 sin alpha. So this is the angle alpha, flow angle, already we have discussed. So v1 cos alpha, v1 sin alpha, I have two components for the absolute velocity. So this v1 cos alpha is the whirl velocity at inlet, Vw1, okay. So Vw1 is whirl velocity at inlet, whirl velocity at inlet. So that is given by Vw1, which is equal to V cos alpha. Similarly, V1 sin alpha 1 is Vf1. Okay, it is the flow component of velocity or simply flow velocity at inlet, okay. So where to represent these two components in the velocity triangle? So this is v1, this component, the component of this velocity vector in the direction of blade. So that is starting from here, okay, up to this point, is Vw1, okay. So from here to here it is Vw1, whereas a part of this is only for the blade velocity at inlet, remember. So the entire distance here represents the whirl component at inlet. The other thing is this component V1 sin alpha 1, if you take, it will come here, the vertical component Vf1 will be having here. So that is the Vf1 component, okay, the flow velocity at inlet. So these two are things. So now let me come to this component later. What is the significance of the whirl velocity at inlet? What is the significance of flow velocity? You are supposed to know and understand this thing very clearly. So let me come to that later, okay. So now coming to the outlet triangle, the same fashion we have to draw the outlet triangle. Is that okay? So when you draw the outlet triangle, okay, so this is the tangential component, tangentially it is coming. So this will represent what? So I have already told you, if you draw a tangential line, okay, along the curvature of the blade, it represents the relative velocity. So this will represent the relative velocity at outlet. So this is very important, okay. So only I have drawn this in before, okay. So to draw this one, okay. Now this relative velocity should be added with the blade velocity as per the triangle law. So which means I have to place the head of this vector with the tail of the next vector. So here the order has been changed. Here initially I had blade velocity, then I had relative velocity. Here I have drawn the relative velocity, okay, then I have to draw the blade velocity. So remember, the head will come here, this is the tail of the relative velocity. The head must be placed over the tail of the blade velocity. So what is the direction of blade? Blade is moving in this direction. So I am supposed to follow this direction. So I will place something like this, okay. This is the blade velocity at outlet, understood? So you see, this is the head placed over the tail of the next vector, that is the triangle law. So now the closing side, this is the two adjacent side of a triangle. Triangle has three sides. This becomes the two sides of the adjacent sides of the triangle taken in order. Then the closing side, that is here, okay, I will have namely V2, the absolute velocity at outlet. Agreed? Okay, any doubt in this? Okay, so I can now draw this. Now let me complete the triangle. Okay, remember from here to here alone it is u. The magnitude here to here represents v2. Okay, if you try to complete the triangle, something like this. Okay, something like this. If we complete the triangle, we will be having the complete set of the triangle. Now, you will be having the angles formed by the absolute velocity and the relative velocity in the direction of blade, as mentioned before. Okay, so the angle made by the absolute velocity in the direction of blade, that is here. Okay, this is flow velocity at outlet beta. So flow angle at inlet is alpha, flow angle at outlet. Flow means it is with respect to the absolute velocity of the liquid jet. Okay. Similarly, the angle made by the relative velocity will decide the blade profile. It depends upon the blade profile, so it indicates the blade angle. So the angle made by the relative velocity in the direction of blade, that is here, it is the blade angle at outlet phi. Okay. Any doubt in this? So I am not writing here the same terminology, you have to repeat here. So you have to write what is V2, what is U2, what is VR2, okay, what is beta, what is phi, etc. Okay, all these things you have to write. Similarly, I will put. Okay, similarly you have to expand all those things. Now coming to the components. Okay, component now. So here also the absolute velocity of the fluid will have components. So one is VW2 cos beta. VW2 cos beta. It will be in the direction of the blade. So it is the whirl component at outlet VW2. Okay, understood. So I can write here VW. So remember from here to here alone it is VW2. So I have here V2. It will be having the component only up to this extent. Previously here we have a greater extent VW1. Now it is decreased. Okay, so VW2 is V2 cos. Similarly, the flow component outlet is VF2, which is equal to V2 sin beta. So that could be represented here as VF2 from here to. Is that okay? So this is how the velocity triangle could be developed. So here the blade velocity at inlet is U1 and outlet is U2, and let me explain more about this when we discuss about the individual triangles, namely individual turbines, namely Pelton-Weyl, Francis and Kepler, or depending upon the type or classification of the turbine, there will be a slight change in the values of U1 and U2. So rest of that, all the other things are going to be same. Okay, remember, so this is the mean speed, okay, of the blade. Here it is the speed, blade speed at inlet, blade speed at outlet. That is why I will put U1 and U2. So here you have to write the other things, the whirl component at outlet, flow component at outlet, etc. So complete set you have to explain. Okay, so up to this point, so I have drawn the triangles, inlet and outlet triangle, and this is only an understanding, and this will change, okay, when you go for the, when you move with the different classification. Okay, now the next one, let us discuss about what will happen, okay, to the direction of the whirl component. So here if you look, okay, so this is the direction of the absolute velocity. So if you take the component, this will come here. Okay, so VW1 will be in this direction. VW1 will be in this direction, which means it is in the direction of the blade. Okay. On the other hand, if you see V2, okay, it is having, V2 is this much, it is having a component here, okay, VW2. If you take V2 cos beta, that will be acting in this direction. So already I have told you vector diagram, it is a vector diagram. So everything represents the magnitude as well as direction. So note here, okay, VW1 is acting in the direction of the blade. VW2 is acting in the opposite direction to the blade. Okay, that thing one. So points, important points, what you have to note here, points to be noted. What are the important points? Okay, you have to note from this triangle. Okay, see the direction of world component VW1 and VW2. Sorry, VW1 and VW2. Okay, you have to be very careful about these two. Then what about the magnitude of VW1 and VW2? You see here. So I have not drawn according to the scale. Even then you can notice VW1 is much higher than VW2. This is very important. You must understand why it is coming like this. So when we discuss, okay, when you proceed with the other turbines, okay, velocity triangle specific for a particular turbine, so we will have a very clear picture. Okay, so these things are very important. And on what factors this VW1 and direction of VW1 and VW2 depends? Okay, what decides or what affects the direction of the world components? So world component inlet and outlet, okay, we have shown here it is in the same direction, here it is in the opposite direction. So what decides? So the blade profile, what is the VW2 and VW1 here? Okay, it is going to be depending upon the profile of the blade again. Okay, so if you keep on changing the blade shape or blade curvature, you see if a blade curvature changes, this changes, VR2 changes, because it has to be tangential with the curvature. So if this changes, automatically this also will change. So if this change, automatically VW2 will change. So these things we have to keep in mind. Okay, so let me stop here. Okay.